Hey friends, welcome back. Now today's episode might step on a few toes, including mine, because we're talking about something most leaders, especially in ministry, stink at: saying no. Now, before you get defensive and start scrolling through your calendar to prove how spiritual you are, just hang with me for just a second, because here's the truth. You can't save the world. I know. Nobody goes into ministry for the flexible hours and the high pay. But somewhere along the way, pastors, staff, overzealous volunteers, and that deacon with the 14-pound key ring, we bought into the lie. If I don't say yes, the kingdom might collapse. Spoiler alert, it won't. But your calling might. In ministry, yes is practically the currency of the committed. Someone needs a speaker for a community event with zero notice? Absolutely, of course. A wedding for a cousin's roommate's dog sitter? Yes! Sign me up. Sister Jean wants to start a llama ministry? Why not? Let's do that too. And let's throw in a PowerPoint just for funsies. But here's the problem that nobody wants to say out loud. Yes, without boundaries, eventually becomes resentment in disguise. And that resentment doesn't stay buried underneath. It begins to leak into your sermons, into your staff meetings, into the way that you parent, into your own heart, where you begin questioning why you ever said yes to ministry in the first place. You don't lead well whenever you're stretched thin. You begin to isolate, you forget why you started, and before long, you're beginning to Google hermit cabins with Wi-Fi and wondering if live streaming sermons from the woods counts as healthy ecclesiology. No judgment, I have been there. Let me say something that might free somebody up today. Your calling has a capacity. Somewhere in the fine print of take up your cross, we added and carry everyone else's while you're at it. But that's not scripture. That's codependency dressed in a choir robe. Even Jesus, the sinless Son of God, had boundaries. He walked away from the crowds. He disappointed expectations. He said no and not yet. He even left people unhealed in Capernaum so that he could move on to the next town. So if Jesus had the nerve to disappoint people in order to stay on mission, maybe you can skip one more committee meeting. Boundaries don't make you selfish, they make you strategic. Let's play a little diagnostic game. If you've done any of the following in the past few weeks, there is a good chance that your boundaries are broken. You say yes immediately and then start plotting an escape the second you hang up the phone. Your phone rings and you feel a small pang of frustration and rage that you have to be the source that everybody turns to. You're praying for snow days so events can get canceled. You're dreaming of a sabbatical, even though you just got back from one. You begin fantasizing about becoming a mountain hermit with a podcast who does gardening. Okay, maybe that last one was just me. Let's get practical for a second. If you're tired of being the go-to person for every single thing, here are 3 questions that will help you to start protecting your yes. Number 1, is this aligned with my calling or just adjacent to it? Not everything that's good is yours to do. Number 2, what do I have to say no to if I say yes to this? Because every yes is a trade. Don't write checks with your time that your soul can't cash. Number 3, am I the best person for this or just the most available? Availability is not the same as assignment. And sometimes the most spiritual thing that you can do is empower someone else to step up. Oh, and here's a bonus tip. You can say no without feeling guilty. You can say, hey, thanks for thinking of me, but I can't commit to that right now. No dramatic monologue needed, no apologizing for your existence, just a clear and kind no. Your yes is sacred. Don't waste it on the things that dilute your joy, that fracture your focus, and that bury your calling under someone else's expectations. Because when you protect your time, you protect your health. When you protect your energy, you protect your relationships. And when you protect your calling, you rediscover the reason you said yes in the first place. So, for every weary pastor, staff member, Sunday school director, youth leader, or church member who's just trying to hold it all together, it's okay to say no. In fact, it might be the most spiritual thing you do this week. If this episode hit a nerve in a good way, share it with somebody that you know who's always just a little bit too busy. Let's start normalizing boundaries as a healthy, holy part of leadership. And hey, if you want more practical encouragement like this, why don't you head over to my Substack where we talk about ministry, mission, leadership, and yes, the occasional llama. Let's say yes to the right things by learning to say no to the rest. Talk to you soon.